Guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, April 2nd. It is 6:25 right now. We have market opening up in about 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update, and we should be good to go. It's kind of different getting everything set up here in the country. All right, I got this app right here. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, guys. As people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. Try to do this real quick. Yeah, market opening up pretty quickly. Four hour. Down to the 1 hour. Down to the 30-minute. Oops. Down to the 10-minute. Down to the 1 minute. All right, there we go. And it looks like we are good to go. All right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, April 2nd. It is 6:28 right now. We have market opening up in about 2 minutes. Sorry, it takes me a little while to get things kind of set up when I'm trading outside of my office. Uh, but it's okay. We got everything all set up here, so it shouldn't take too long to everything good to go. So if you guys are looking to take the breakout for today is looking like a sell. I'm not taking the breakout, but if you guys want to take it, I will mark it up for you guys right here. Yeah, it's always a little harder for me to set everything up when I have this smaller screen and without my keyboard, but it's okay. Looks like we're good to go. So, all right, guys, we got market opening up in about 30 seconds. I've marked up liquidity over here. Closest level of liquidity below just got hit. We have another level down below here at 41,878. That's probably going to be target if price continues to drop lower. What else we got here? Looks like we're about to kick things off. So, all right, guys, market is opening up in about 15 seconds. Again, if you guys are looking to take the breakout for today is going to be a sell, it looks like. Let's take a look at the overall trend right now. So overall trend over here on the higher time frames are currently bearish. Looks like market is about to open now. So market is now open. Breakout is currently running in profit. We'll take a look at that in a few. But again, looking at the overall trend here, it's currently bearish. You can see over here on the 4-hour, 1-hour, and 30-minute time frame, price is below the pivots. Pivots are angling down, trend meter is red. This indicates that price is likely to keep on dropping lower. Looking over here on the lower time frames, 10-minute, 5-minute, and 1-minute, same thing. Prices below the pivots, trend meter is red, pivots are angling down. So long-term direction for today and for probably the next couple of days is looking like it's going to be bearish. But we'll wait and see how the market here stabilizes a little bit before we start looking to take any entries. So I'm going to mark up the opening price. Connection loss. Second, guys. They're back up. A little connection loss there for my Apex accounts. All right, let me mark up opening price. This is the opening price right here. We got price coming back down. The breakout's still running right now. It's taking a while for it to kind of catch its stride, but eventually we're looking for it to continue dropping lower from here. The sellers are currently in control. We don't have any MPS V2 setting up right now. We actually have one. Looks like it was running from earlier this morning pre-market, which already hit actually. So we had an MPS V2 here come up pre-market. I mean, obviously I didn't take the trade because I don't trade pre-market, but this was the MPS V2 that came up before market opened up. We got price kind of just bouncing back and forth right now. We have no entries or opportunities at the moment. If price pushes up, we may shift to a buy, but right now we just don't have anything here at the moment. So once we get that buy signal, we'll possibly start to look for opportunities to the upside. But at this very moment, we're kind of just waiting for market here to stabilize a little bit. You can see price came up, grab the liquidity up here, and we'll see if price comes back down or if it continues pushing up from this point. All right. So, all right, guys. Good morning, everybody. Looks like majority of you guys are here, if not everyone. Today is Tuesday, April 2nd. It is 6:32 right now. We've marked up opening price. Price is pushing to the upside. The overall trend here is bearish, so we might get a slight temporary push to the upside and then maybe a push back down. But at this very moment, we just don't have anything here to take right now at this moment. So other than that, we will continue to watch and see how price here moves along. Otherwise, there's nothing for us to take here at the moment. We currently have a bullish momentum signal that just came up. So we may have opportunities here for a buy. I'm going to mark this up with a green line indicating that the buyers are currently in control. So the buyers are trying to push price up right here. If you're looking to take an MPS V2, you'll possibly be looking for price to retrace back and then continue up higher. Let me check to see if there's any confluences here first before we making decisions there. There's nothing here on the 1-minute time frame. We just got a big, let's see, buy order. I think that came in right now. Yeah, big buy order that came in at 633, came in at 42,025. So big buy order that came in over here. This could have been stops getting filled, so not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily mean buyers are entering the market. Probably people who are chasing the sell here might have gotten stopped out at this area. So it was about 100 contracts that came in. It was like a block order of 87 contracts and then smaller contracts of about like 5 to 8. So around 100 contracts in total. But it looks like price here is pushing up higher. So that might have been buyers entering into the market. Let's see if there's any confluences though. So I don't see any confluences here from the bottom side on the 1-minute or the 30-minute. We have one confluence over here. Price is rejecting off the point of control on the 1-hour time frame. On the volume profile, we don't have any confluences here from the bottom end. On the clean chart, we do have a bottom rejection from this whole number down here, 41,900. So that's 2 confluences. And looking at the SR chart over here, not really too much. So it's not really, I'm not really looking to take any buys here right now. I might have to wait until about 7 o'clock for the next candle to close on the 30 minutes so that I can have a better understanding as to where I'll be looking to take the my entries. So if we do have an entry here, I'll mark it up for you guys if we have an MPS V2, but I'm not really looking to take anything here unless my confluences line up. So I need to have some sort of confluence there for me to want to take these entries. We got a rejection right here on the top end, so this might be a correction back to the downside. So we have more confluences here on the bottom end, on the top end now. Rejection right here off the whole number, 42,050. Rejection right here off the resistance on the 1-minute time frame. Nothing on the volume profile. We have a rejection right here off the value high on the 1 hour. Rejection right here off the value high as well on the 30-minute. And rejection right here on the 1-minute. So I'm more inclined here to take sells versus buys. If you guys want to take a buy here, I'll mark up a buy if there is a buy entry for MPS V2, but it's not one that I'm necessarily looking to take myself because there's just not enough confluences from the bottom side pointing towards a buy. We have more confluences here for a sell versus a buy if you guys are looking to take that. So let me check the news real quick because I believe there was news today. So there was high impact news at 5:15 this morning, or let me check. Yeah, 5:15 this morning. And then we have news at 7 o'clock and we have gas stock change at 7:30. So let me mark that up real quick. If you guys are looking to take this MPS V2, again, this is an opportunity, but if you want to take this at your own risk, guys. I'm not really looking to take any buys here because I didn't see any confluences to the upside. So if you guys want to take this, take it at your own risk. I don't really see any confluences here for me to want to take that. Again, the candle has to close green. If the candle does not close green, there's no entry there. But if the candle does close green, you do have opportunity here for an MPS V2. There's just not any confluences there for me to want to take it. So I'm not going to be taking this specific entry here if it does close green. There's a couple confluences. So we do have some rejections right here off the whole number. There's one rejection. There's one rejection here off the 1 hour. And there's one rejection right here off the support and resistance. So there's about 3 confluences there for a buy if anybody's looking to take that. This candle's about to close here. So this is an MPS V2 for a buy. Again, guys, I'm not taking this position because there's not enough confluences for me to want to take the entry. But the entry is now currently running in profit. It's on its way up. It's probably going to grab the rest of the liquidity up there. And full TP. If you guys took that MPS V2, nice work. If you guys didn't take it, it's completely fine. I didn't have enough confluences for me to want to take that entry, so I didn't take it. But if you guys did take it right there, full TP for the MPS V2. As you guys know, I'm taking the conservative moves. So you guys took that solid. If you guys didn't, just wait for the next opportunity here. So we had news at 5:15. Let me just mark that up real quick. We had news over here at 5:15. Color that purple. All right, we got price kind of pushing up from here. So we had 2 entries for MPS V2 come up so far today. We had this one over here pre-market and this one here on open. We have news coming up at 7 o'clock, medium impact factory orders. And then we have gas stock change coming up in a few as well at 7:30. It happens every week, so it's not anything crazy. It's just something that happens every pretty much every Wednesday. All right, so the buyers are still in control, pushing price up. We got liquidity there knocked out. I'm probably going to wait until around 7 o'clock for my entry because I'm going to look for this 30-minute candle here to close so I can have some more confluences. All right, we got some more top rejections over here. So over here on the clean chart, we have a rejection off the 42,100 price point. Again, right there. Rejection right there on the 1 hour time frame. Nothing on the 30 right now unless it drops any lower. Yeah, buyers are pushing price up pretty strongly. Nice. Mike said he took the MPS V2 for 20 points, moved his TP to 20 since ATR is 24. Love the 10-second trades, no time to stress. Exactly right, Mike. I think that's like the best part about these scalping entries is that you just get in and out very quickly. You don't have to worry about much. Usually hits within the first 1 or 2 minutes. And I think that's that's the edge in the market because if you're able to get in and out that quickly, you're not really going to get caught in any market manipulation, right? You're typically just going to get in and out very quickly and not have to worry about anything. So yeah, I agree with you, Mike. I think that's probably that's the biggest selling point about being a scalp trader. You don't really have to worry about too much. You take the trade, let the trade play out, whether it hits or not. That's a strategy. All right, we got price kind of pushing around here. What I'm seeing here is price might push up, bounce off the session right there, and maybe come back down. 6:40 right now. We have about 20 minutes till 7. Again, like I said, I don't have any confluences up here on the 1 minute, at least not yet, unless price pushes up to like this area, right? Price pushes up here, might bounce off the point of control and come back down. There just isn't very much confluence here. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of areas for bounce up here if price does push up this high, which it looks like it's going to. So price pushed up past the liquidity right there, past the sessions, still climbing up a little bit. Hey, what's up, Brock? Morning. Yeah, glad to be back on these charts with you guys. I tried to get on yesterday, but the airport Wi-Fi is obviously not that great. But it looks like a lot of you guys here did take some good entries yesterday. I think there was a couple MPS V2s, and they came up pretty smoothly. All right, so I'm looking for the fake out right here at the sessions. You can see how price is at this point. Typically, when price gets to these areas where the sessions are, typically tends to fake out. We might get some consolidation here, and then possibly a fake out back to the downside, or we might get some consolidation here and continuation up to the upside. A lot can happen here, so just be patient, guys. This is not a good area to be trading at anyways, so I would just be patient, wait for the setup to come to you. Yeah, no, definitely. Brock's yesterday was good, hit and run kind of trades. Yeah, it looked like the market was moving pretty smooth yesterday. Everyone kind of sent me screenshots of the profits. Seems like everyone did good yesterday, even without our live session, so that was good. Let me see what the breakout was yesterday. So the breakout, unfortunately, for today did not hit, of course, but let's see the breakout from yesterday. Well, today's Wednesday. My bad. I said today was Tuesday. I'm a day behind. So the breakout yesterday, yeah, I'm not sure if that one hit, or it looks like it might have. I don't take the breakout, so I don't really follow it as much, but it looks like it did hit yesterday. Yeah. Looks like the market was kind of volatile yesterday. The good thing is that we have some pretty good volatility here as well. We had some consolidation here, but it's not really affecting our current moves right now. So we have this pre-market range, it looks like. I'm just drawing this up so that we have some sort of idea of like what price was doing, prior to open. All right. Yeah. So pre-market, we had the range right here. Price broke above. And it's currently kind of just sitting up here. So what I'm looking for right here, guys, is I'm looking for a sell signal to come up. If you guys are just joining in, there's two entries that came up, or one entry actually. There's one entry that came up pre-market, and then one entry came up right here at 637. They're both MPS V2 entries. Yeah, other than that, nothing else at the moment. There was an A++ setup right here, but it was right at the session. So obviously not one that I would be looking to take. We have a pending sell signal right here. If the sell signal closes, we might be looking for some sells here for MPS V2. I'll put the sellers back in control from right here, or almost in control, I guess, if they push price down lower. So you guys can see the swings here. Price pushed up here on open. And then if we get the sell signal right here, you can see price is starting to make its way back down. Which from what we're looking at here actually looks pretty nice because we have the rejection right here off the point of control. This is like a previous day point of control. We also have rejection right here off the value high, off the 30-minute time frame. We also have rejection right here off the value high on the 1 hour time frame. We have nothing here on the volume profile. We do have rejection right here off the whole number. This is at the 42,150 price point. And we have nothing else over here at the moment. There's no zones up here. Let me see if there's anything on the higher time frame. It's a pretty big zone right here, but I'll just mark it up. This is the 1 hour. 1 hour resistance, it looks like. All right. So price is currently within the 1 hour resistance price point right now. This is our 1 hour resistance zone. So we're currently within the 1 hour resistance at the moment. Again, we need to have that sell signal though. So here's another example of like why we don't trade at the sessions, guys. So it's doing exactly what I mentioned earlier, right? I said when price pushed up to this session, it's probably going to consolidate for a little bit, and eventually it's going to break below, or it's going to push above. So what we're looking for is we're looking for the reaction, right? We want price to react to the zone right here. At the moment, we don't have the reaction, so we're kind of just waiting for price to do something. Otherwise, it's probably just going to keep going back and forth within this area. So no need to force anything here, guys. Just got to wait for a little bit and let the market basically move away from this current area. Yeah, Valentine said it seems like we were rejecting from a fair value gap and a value high on the 30-minute time frame. That was kind of what I was looking for too, or what I was looking at, Valentine. So I think we're kind of looking at the same thing here. Yeah, right here we have the this is a 5-minute fair value gap. This gap was created over here. So we do have the rejection off the top end right here. There's a lot of things pointing towards a buy here, or I mean a sell. I mean, really, if you look at this here, there's fair value gaps on both ends. So we have both rejections from both of these areas, and it's kind of just consolidating between the two. So I'm really just waiting for price to push away from this current space. Again, the sell signal will be ideal because once we have that sell signal, we can kind of just follow momentum to the downside. But realistically, it's currently rejecting off the 5-minute fair value gap, which is right here, and then the 1 minute right here as well. I mean, it's literally the same thing. So we have confluences on both end actually. So I would just wait, guys. Like I said earlier, this lines up with my previous analysis where I said consolidation is probably going to happen here. And if you look at fair value gaps, it's kind of doing the same thing. It's just bouncing between both sides. So just wait for the reaction. You're basically going to wait for price to break below, maybe break and retest off this fair value gap, or break and retest above it, right? So it's just a matter of patience, guys. You just got to be disciplined, wait for the market to kind of show where it wants to push. Because right now it's just going to go back and forth. Like I said, I'm probably going to wait until about like 30 minutes. If the entry comes up, I'm going to take it. But I'm going to wait for the 30-minute candle to close so that we have a new area of rejection. Because once this closes right here, there's a couple of things that may happen, right? If price stays below this value high, we might have price come up, retest it, and then come back down lower. Or price might come down from here, bounce off this value low, and come back up. It's just this candle is going to close in the next 11 minutes. And then at that time, we also have news. So we have news over here, factory orders, medium impact news. It's forecasted to be somewhat positive. There's a little bit of growth there. It was 1.7% last month, and it's 0.5% this month. It's not negative, but we'll see what happens when the news is actually released. So let's just wait and see what happens here. Broxton was aiming for the high before any dip. Yeah. I mean, me too. I'd like that to happen. Obviously we want price to push up a bit higher. The higher, the better, of course. Right, Brock? Because we want price to be overextended in one direction so that when it comes back down or if it pushes up any higher, it's got a long way to go. Because so this is what I'm looking at right here. If it drops from this point, of course, the target area is going to be back to open, right? And then if price pushes up higher from here, so there's a couple more targets up here. If price decides to push up any higher, we have liquidity sitting right here, liquidity right there, and we have another session right here, the Asia high. So we have targets in both directions. So it doesn't really matter which direction price goes. It's just a matter of what happens after this. So we'll see. Yeah, Brock said plus we will be sure liquidity around there won't attract price to another bull run. Yeah. It's like if anything, if price pushes up here, like Brock mentioned, it's probably gonna grab liquidity. bounce off the session and come back down. You know, a traditional head and shoulders pattern, shoulder, head, shoulder, etc. But at this moment, we just have sideways move. All right, so we have another sell signal here pending. Okay, this is going to be a little tricky because we do have news coming up at 7 o'clock. We're about 10 minutes out. We might get some market manipulation or, you know, pre-news manipulation, basically. From now until then, some breaking news over here. Judge dismisses criminal cases against New York Mayor Eric Adams. Oh, today the tariffs are supposed to be released too. I just remember that today's Wednesday. So stocks slide as Wall Street braces for Trump tariff rollout. What time is Trump speaking today? He's supposed to be speaking if he's rolling out the see, today's the 2nd. Yeah, so Trump is speaking at 1 o'clock today. I totally forgot that today's Wednesday. He's going to be rolling out the tariffs. All right, so we have a sell signal here that closed, guys. If you guys are looking to take a sell MPSV2, let's take a look at the confluences. So we got some nice confluences right here. We have rejections off the value high on the 1 minute. We have a rejection right here off the value high on the 30-minute. We have a rejection off the value high on the 1 hour. There's nothing on the volume profile. We may have a rejection right here off the whole number if price drops any lower. So right here off the 42,100. And then we have a rejection, obviously, off the resistance zone. So if you guys are looking to take this here for an MPSV2, you need to get a red candle that closes below this momentum. I mean, we'll see what happens here. There's a pending buy signal there, so this just might not come back down. But we'll see what happens here. So again, if you want to take this here as an MPSV2, you need to avoid this red flag right here. Price needs to come down below it. And then it needs to close below this black line right here. I don't think it's a good area to take the entry. Obviously, you guys can see here, it's pretty choppy. Still going back and forth between the sessions right here. So I'm not really in a rush to take this if it does come up. I'm going to, and we got a buy signal here, or never mind. So the buy signal here that almost closed. Remember, if the buy signal closes, there's not going to be opportunity here for a sell anymore. So you guys can see this consolidation. The consolidation has started at 640. It's been pushing back and forth for about 15 minutes now. This indicates that I think price is going to wait until news happens at 7 o'clock. So I think price is going to keep going back and forth until 7 o'clock here. So there's an MPSV2 that's starting to set up right here. The problem with this MPSV2 is that it's touching the sessions, right? This is a red flag for me specifically. So even if this closes below this black line right here, I'm not going to take this as an MPSV2. If you guys want to take it, again, this is a trade that you can take at your own risk. But for me personally, this is considered a red flag because it's touching the sessions right here. I don't want any trades that touch the session because that's where price tends to get manipulated. Again, this candle has to close below this black line. If it doesn't, there's no opportunity here for entry. It looks like it's going to, and the candle has closed. There's an MPSV2 currently running. So it's currently running right there. Again, I'm not in this position because it was touching the red flag. If it was not touching the sessions over here, I would have entered the position. But also this candle is huge. So there's just there's a bunch of red flags here. For one, it was touching the sessions. And then for two, this candle is just too big, right? Typically, if you have a candle that's big like this, price will tend to reverse, well, not reverse, but it'll retrace up a little bit before it comes back down, or it's going to retrace up and then reverse, right? I don't take trades when stuff like this happens. The candle is way too huge. If you measure this candle right here, the ATR is currently 38, right? So an average candle will be about 38 points, which is this much. And this candle here is way too big, right? It's an outlier. It's one of those unusual candles. This one here is about 65 points, basically double. So I would still like to see this hit, even though I'm not in the position. You know, this is considered a red flag for me. And there you go, full TP for the MPSV2. So this, I mean, this whole week and this whole month, we've had a lot of entries come up at these red flags, but they're still hitting. So this is good. it's good in a sense because it's showing you that the strategies still work even though they're at red flags. But for me personally, I'm not going to take trades at the red flags because I'm trading and following my trading plan, of course. My trading plan is to follow MPSV2s that are high quality and that are not at red flags. So if you guys took that right there, nice work. There's about 3 MPSV2s that came up today so far. I have not taken any of them. This one over here I didn't take because I can't remember why I didn't take this one. Oh, there was no confluences. So I didn't have any confluences for this one. So I didn't consider that like a really good A plus setup. And then for this one over here, I didn't take it because it was touching the sessions, which is a red flag. So if you guys have sat in on my previous mentoring sessions with other people, I tend to push the trader into one direction or the other, right? You either want to be a conservative trader or you want to be an aggressive trader. If you want to be aggressive, just lower your contract size and then take every entry. If you want to be conservative like me, then you can up your contract size, but then wait for those A plus type setups, right? The setups where you have the confluences and you don't have any red flags and the trades just look good. So it just depends on your trading personality, right? If you're the type of person that needs to get into every single trade, then just lower your contract size so that you have more opportunities to take every opportunity that comes up. Or if you want to be conservative like me and just wait for those like one really good setup for the day, then you can do that as well. It's just you can't really be in the middle, right? You can't be conservative one day and then aggressive another day. You have to be consistently conservative or consistently aggressive, or else you're not going to have consistency with your trades. So we got news coming up right here in about 3 minutes, guys. It's factory orders. Yeah, we got factory orders coming up in about 2 minutes and 40 seconds. It's a medium impact news event. It's forecasted to be positive, but we'll see what happens here when the news actually gets released. Looks like we might have an area of range right here, of course, which is completely fine. So the sellers have been in control here since 640. From 640, price has been slightly coming down. And we'll see if it holds. Nice. Sam said I took it. It was also a break and retest sell for him. Nice work, Sam. Cool. So yeah, Sam over here used it as a confluence. He followed his strategy and then used my analysis as confluence, and he took the entry there for the sell. Played out perfect for him. I think that was a really risky one for our analysis though, just because the candle was so big. I think this candle was I didn't realize it was that big until I set up the TP stop loss. I was like, man, this is actually a really, really big candle compared to the others. All right, we got news coming up in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. All right, I'm just gonna wait for news here to pass. We got news coming up in about 1 minute. We'll see how price reacts to it. Let's take a look at the market profile. So the market profile here is likely to adjust as price continues to move along. We have a nice rejection right here. So we have a rejection off this lower value high. Market's going to open shortly for this 30-minute candle. So what I'm going to look for here, guys, is I'm looking for price to retrace down, bounce off the value high, and then come back up higher. So we might be able to look for a buy here as price moves along. Ideally, I'd want the news to pass first, though, of course. Yeah, Sam said his entry was at 42.80. Waited for a retracement and retest, made 50 points. Thanks for spotting, Sean. Yeah, definitely, Sam. It's always, if my analysis tends to line up with whatever you're analyzing, not just Sam, but anyone in general, it's probably a trade to go for because I'm analyzing on like so many different things. Like I'm analyzing for the MPSV2, I'm analyzing on the market profile, I'm analyzing on the volume profile, whole numbers here on the clean chart, and then also support resistance. So like if my analysis lines up with anything you guys are looking for, odds are it's probably going to hit, right? All right, we got news right here at 7 o'clock. Medium impact news, like I said. Let's take this off. You can see how price is reacting right now. We have a big green candle right here because there's a reaction to the news event. Let's pull up the news event. News was positive, just like we anticipated. So it was forecasted to be positive. It was actually better than expected. It was 0.5% expectations, and it was actually 0.6. So it was up by 0.1%, which isn't a huge difference, but it's still there nonetheless. So looking again over here, guys, we don't have any confluences on the 1 minute time frame right now for market profile. Let me mark this up right here real quick. I want to see if there's anything. It's like a slight rejection. It's not super strong, but it's a slight rejection right here off the value low. Check the 1 hour. No rejection there. Rejection off the clean chart right here off the whole number, 42,050. Nothing here off the SR. It is currently still within the 1 hour resistance zone. So it looks like we're getting basically we're getting a reaction to the news event. Again, we're right here at the session, so this is going to be an area of manipulation. I would really need price to push away from this point for me to want to take something. Not too far though, because we don't want to be too close to the sessions up there, right? All right, we have a rejection right here off the 1 minute. It's rejecting off the value high. We have a small rejection right here off the 30 minute off the value low. No rejections off the 1 hour at the moment. It's currently pushing into the point of control. Nothing here on the volume profile, but price did push away from this value high. Possible small rejection right here off the whole number, 42,150. And then price is trying to push out of the 1 hour resistance. So we got some confluences here for a buy. We'll see if the MPSV2 sets up here. So the buyers have been in control since this candle right here. So buyers have been pushing price up since 655. You can see over here, price has been kind of climbing up a little bit. There's a possible MPSV2 that's starting to set up here. We don't really want price to come back to the sessions here. But we do want it to retrace back a little bit at least. Not a lot, but just a little bit. Just enough for us to have that little retracement confirmation and then continuation to the upside. All right, the volatility here is starting to slow down a little bit. As expected. We have a possible retracement candle right here. So MPSV2 is starting to set up. Again, we don't want it to come down too low because we don't want it to be below the, we don't want it to touch the sessions again right here. This is a no-go area. It comes down and touches the sessions. We got 10 seconds right here. All right, so if this candle here closes green, this is going to be an MPSV2 entry for a buy. This would have to be like a pretty solid green candle though. Like again, I don't want it to be too small, just decent enough. So this is a possible MPSV2 setting up for a buy. I'm gonna get mine ready over here, of course. Fortunately, I only brought one mouse today, so I gotta use the trackpad. We got 30 seconds right here. Confluence right there. Confluence right there. Not really much of a confluence here, but it's pushing out of the area. So we got 10 seconds until this candle closes. We got the candle closing in about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So let me see where the setup is. Right here.
Order filled.
See if the volatility stays decent. I mean, the candle was a little big, so It pushed up at the last second. I typically don't like to take when the candle is big like this, but the candle pushed up at the last second. I'm in the position right now. So let me see where the setup's at. The TP is at the 10, so I just got to drop by 1, I think. Let me change this mouse. Up by 1 point. And the stop loss is at 50. This by 1 point. Yeah, the candle was a little big, so we might get some retracement there. This might hit my stop. Let's see. See if it keeps pushing up. Yeah, the problem again, like I said, if the candle here is big like this, typically the next candle will maybe retrace back a little bit. And that's kind of what's happening right here, right? The candle was a little too big, so it's retracing back a little bit. And then we're hoping that it pushes back up to where it needs to go. Otherwise, this might flip, but we'll see. We're also a little too close to news. So like I said earlier, or I've said in the past, I typically try to wait until like 10 minutes after news. I wasn't really paying attention to the news time. 7:06 right now, so it's a little close. It's not 10 minutes after. There's no other, well, there's one news event that's coming up at 7:30, which is going to be the gas stock change. Happens every Wednesday. Yeah, I just saw your message right now, Glenn and Drew and everybody. The candle was a little too big. It's all right. I'm in the position already. Nothing I can do here. Just gotta let it play through. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't hit, then it doesn't hit. Ideally, I'd want it to push up though. All right, so I got stopped out. It's all good. So I got stopped out on that position right there. The thing with this here, yeah, this was kind of my bad. The candle here was a little too big, and then also the news was too close. So there's a couple, and you can see over here, I wouldn't be surprised if this pushes all the way back up. It was just a bad entry point for me. So for today so far, there was about 4 MPS V2s that came up. There was one down here, which was pre-market, this one over here, this one over here, and then this one. I just ended up getting the bad one, but it's all good. Still early in the week. It's still Wednesday, so we have 2 more days to continue trading. But yeah, just reflecting on this trade here, there's a couple things that I guess I sort of screwed up on, which would be the news time. I typically don't like to trade 10 minutes before or after news, because obviously you can see here price reacted to the news event. The news was positive, so obviously price did push up with news, and then now it's retracing down. So the news reaction over here at 7 o'clock, which was this big red green candle, this here was the news push, and then now price is overextended and it's pushing down for retracement. So that's all good. It happens, but it's just part of the game. So we'll continue looking for the next opportunity here, and we'll see what we can take next. Otherwise, everything else here kind of lined up with what we were looking for. We had the rejection here on the 1 minute. We had the rejection here on the 30 minute. We didn't have a rejection here on the 1 hour. This was an opposite rejection off the point of control. Nothing on the volume profile. And then an not older, but earlier rejection right here off the 1 minute time frame. So the confluences were good. I think like I said, it's just market was reacting to the news over here. And unfortunately, I just got in a little too early. I should have waited until 7:10. So it's cool. Yeah, Samir said, yeah, happy didn't lose it alone. Yeah, we'll see if we can knock it back. So there might be another opportunity here for a sell. Might have to wait until 7:30 though, because here, let me see. So looking at this here now, we might have some confluences to the downside. Yeah, so the sell here might be good actually on the way back down. So we have there's nothing here on the 1 minute, but we do have rejection off the point of control. On the 30, we also have a rejection right here off the 1 hour point of control. And we have, let's see. Yeah, we'll see. So we might have some opportunities here for a sell actually. Price is still within this range area right here, which is the sessions. We don't want to trade around the sessions, like I mentioned before. typically don't want to trade around the sessions. So we got the sell signal right here that's currently pending. What we can look for here is if price does close below this point, possible drop down further. Yeah, Christian said always happens to the ones that we take that have a big candle. Yeah. All right, we have a sell signal right here. Now let's take a look to see if there are confluences to the downside. So we have a nice rejection right here off the 30-minute, nice rejection off the 1 hour. Price is pushing down below here on the 1 minute volume profile. This is volume profile, right? Yeah, it's pushing below the volume profile. We have a rejection off the whole number right here. And yeah, Craig, the whole numbers are off the 30, the 100 and the 50 price points. So rejection right here off the 42,150. And then price is back in the 1 hour resistance zone. So the sellers are back in control from this upper area right here. See if they come back down from this point. This is a possible MPSV2 to the downside. The only problem here is that it's right at the sessions and it's touching the sessions. Again, it's at a red flag. So this isn't going to be one that I'm looking to, like, I don't consider this a good entry. Mainly because it's at the sessions, but we'll see. So what I'm seeing right here is that we had the news correction. So the news happened right here at 7 o'clock. Price pushed up, retraced down, and then now it's going right back up to where it was supposed to go. So it does not look like we're getting that sell opportunity right there. So looking at this here, I mean, it looks like we just got caught in the news retracement, guys, unfortunately. So the entry that we took earlier right here, see how price is pushing all the way back up? This is what I was kind of worried about, with the candle being big. So the news pushed price up, it retraced down, and now it's going all the way back to the upside. So if anybody's looking to take this here for an MPSV2 for a buy, I'll see if this here will push price back to the upside. Let's see, there's no confluences over here right now. I mean, we still have the same 30-minute confluence from earlier. There's no confluences on the 1 hour. There's a nice confluence right here off the volume profile. Rejection off the value high. Rejection right there off the whole number as well. And price again is trying to get out of this resistance zone. Looks like we're going to be stuck in some consolidation here. It's not really doing too much. You can see prices you can see the sessions right here acts as a magnet, right? Basically, if I take this off here, you can see how price just gets pulled back to the sessions. Price pushed up, retraced, pushed back up, retraced. It basically pulls right back to the sessions right here, this purple line. This is why I try to avoid trades at the purple line, because it tends to be an area of manipulation, right? Price pushes up, pulls back down, fakes out, pulls back up, pulls back down, fakes out, pulls back up, pushes it up, fakes out. And it's just a repeating process, right? Up, down, etc. And we really just want price to push away from this specific area. So we have a possible MPSV2 that's starting to set up over here for a buy. Like I mentioned earlier, guys, we want price to push away from here, right? We have price sitting at the sessions. We want it to either push to the downside or we want it to push to the upside. Right now, it's not really doing that. It consolidates, push below, consolidates, push above, consolidates, etc. So again, you're looking for this here to break and close above this black line right here. If you get that, possible MPS V2 for a buy. There's no confluences on the 1 minute. One confluence on the 30. There's not really too much here to work with. Yeah. Looks like the volatility here is kind of just flattening out. Let's see, CJ said it's going to hit that higher level liquidity. That's what I'm aiming for too. So that's what I was aiming for over here, right? I was looking for this to push past it. Again, right here, another opportunity for entry if you guys are looking to take that MPS V2. The candle will have to close above this black line. I do think price will push above this area. So it's probably going to push up and then, knock out the liquidity above. It's got about 20 seconds left on this candle here. It's a choppy candle though. So you can see how this candle here is kind of going back and forth. You need to for sure you need to make sure that it's going to close above here. Now where it's kind of bouncing back and forth. So the candle here has about like, let's see, 5 seconds left on it. No. Close, but not close enough. There we go. I think this candle might be the one. So let's go ahead and take a look at the confluences again. The most recent confluence is going to be right here. Rejection off the point of control, off the 1 minute. Most recent rejection here on the 30 minute as well, point of control. Nothing on the 1 hour. Rejection right here off the volume profile. So there's some pretty good confluences here for a buy. Rejection right there off the clean chart. And rejection off the resistance zone right here too. So this could be a good setup as long as it closes above the black line. It's got to for sure close above it though. And you can see right there, it's not really having that confirmation. See, the candle's going to close in about 10 seconds. Candle's closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I get into this one here. See what happened right there. Candle's a little big again. Not super big, but it's still a little big. I'm just trading on my Apex accounts right now. Obviously, my personal accounts aren't working, so I can kind of take more risk on these. Price is currently at this level of liquidity. Let's see if it pushes up to the next level. Some adjustments have to be made here. 34. At 34, and this one is at 74. It's hard to trade on just like one mouse. All right, so we'll kind of see here how price moves along. It is currently at the sessions. All right, so we have another rejection right here off the point of control, it looks like, on the 1 minute. So price is pushing off the point of control right there on the 1 minute time frame for a market profile. That's a good confluence. 30-minute price is currently pushing past the point of control. 1 hour price is pushing past the point of control as well. Rejection right here off the volume profile. Rejection off the clean chart, off the whole number. That's another nice confluence off the 200. Rejection obviously off the resistance over here. And price is climbing up to its TP. ATR is currently at 36. We got decent ATR right now. Price is about halfway to TP. There it goes, it pushes up. See if it pushes to the the next area of liquidity up there. I'll let it breathe. I'm gonna kind of do what it needs to do. I mean, overall, the confluences look good. Waiting for it to push up. A few more points. Almost there. Oh, what the fuck? No! My fucking laptop just restarted. Oh, fuck me. Oh my God, fuck my life. My laptop just restarted. It said there was an issue and it just restarted. All right, let me get this shit back on. I mean, the trade's still running. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Oh my God, this never happened to me where my laptop restarted like this. It's still running. I just gotta get my copier back open. Fuck my life. Ninja back open. It's still running right now. All right, I just need to get back on Ninja before it reaches anything. Oh God, this is horrible. Fuck me. I need to.
Stop film.
Oh God. What the fuck happened?
Stop film.
Oh my God, this is so freaking hectic. So luckily I was able to get out around the break even point when price was sitting around this area. That's never happened to me before, where my laptop just shut down on me. Okay. Unfortunately, this trade didn't play out, guys, but I got out right at the break even point. I just ended up flattening all my positions because yeah, that was crazy. I want to make sure everything is out. Yeah, now I got to log into these accounts individually. Oh, so weird. Yeah, for some reason my laptop, it said there was like a fatal error and it just shut down. So I had to log in real quick. And then as soon as I logged in, I got out like literally at the break even point. That's that. All right. I don't think I'm gonna take any more trades, guys. I think my laptop, I'm worried it's gonna happen again. Yeah, CJ said he got out at 20 points. Vapid got out at break even. And it looks like it's pushing back up right here. Yeah, I think I can't take any more trades on my laptop. I'm probably have to reset it after this. I don't know. That's never happened to me where I had this fatal error on my laptop where it ended up shutting down like that.
Target film.
Target filled. What does it mean target filled?
Order film.
Wait, what accounts are still running?
build,
Wait a minute. Shit. I gotta check all my accounts here to make sure everything's off. So I don't know what happened, but I don't know if you guys can hear my laptop. It said target filled for like about like some of my accounts. So some of them are still in it. And yeah, that was weird. Okay. So I gotta log into all my accounts separately. So it's kind of mixed. Some of them hit, some of them didn't because of the that connection issue. Damn, I'm like super nervous now, like when I'm trading the hedge accounts, because like if this happened when the hedge accounts were running, this is like for some reason I can't log into my Tradify accounts. Error fetching external content. Please try again later. Okay. Man, what a weird day today. So for some reason, it's not letting me log. Oh, there we go. I just want to log into all of my prop accounts to make sure that everything's closed out. Okay, my Tradify is good. So it's kind of weird what happened with my accounts here. For some reason, well, I mean, it looks like half of them closed out, and then half of them were still in the position because the copier didn't execute. So like I ended up hitting my TP. This price came back up. I don't know if anybody else is having issue getting on Tradevate, but every time I log in, it says this. Error fetching external content, please try again. I'm just trying to log in to make sure all my accounts are closed out. And I don't think this is because I'm like out of the country. It's just my laptop had issues today. Okay, well, I mean, either way, I've closed out of my Apex account. So it looks like about like half my Apex accounts hit stop loss, half the accounts hit TP. For Tradeify, it looks like yeah, it looks like I hit, it's the same thing actually. It's weird. Yeah, that's weird. Looks like half the accounts hit, half the accounts didn't. But I'm trying to get into my take profit account. Okay, Tradeovate's working now. I just want to close all of them. All right. Okay, I'm good. My bad, guys. I just had to get that resolved real quick. Let's see, Brock said, does it mean those accounts didn't copy stop loss, only copy TP? No, so what happened was because I had the connection, or since my laptop turned off, um, the the actions weren't able to execute. So here, let me kind of explain what happened with my laptop. So basically my laptop turned off and I have a copier, right? So I'll just mark everything over here. So copier. So it's like main account, copier, copy accounts. So basically, Does that make sense, Brock? So basically, I have my main account, my copier, and then my copy accounts, right? So for the copier to work, it needs to be open. The computer is restarting, so the copier couldn't close out of the positions. So that's why I had to log back in. And what happened was the main account got stopped out, and then a couple of the accounts, as soon as I got on, I hit flatten all, but it only closed out for like some of them at the break even area. And then the rest of the accounts that didn't get to close out, I had to do that manually. So basically, I had to go and flatten them all within Tradeovate. So I had to log into Tradeovate manually and then just flatten them all from there. Fuck, that was a scare. I was worried because that could have blown all my accounts. Like for example, if this thing kept dropping lower, I mean, it probably wouldn't blow my accounts, but I would have lost a lot. So for example, if this thing came lower and then I ended up, like way down here, like if it dropped like 100 points, I probably would have blown um my funded accounts. But because I mean, thankfully, price like literally just got down right here and then it shot all the way back up. I was able to get out at break even, and then I was able to get out for some of them at profit. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I can't prevent all these technical issues from happening. But anyways, back to the charts over here. There's not really much else to take here at the moment. Price has been pushing up, I guess, from this area here. And then there's no other momentum signals. 732 right now. So let's take a look at the fuck, I forgot to turn off my computer at my office. So it's gonna keep disconnecting me from trading view because I'm on my desktop. All right, anyways, there's nothing here right now. As you guys can see, there's no confluences at the moment. Price is just going back and forth here. So we're currently at the sessions right now. Price pretty much did what I was anticipating for it to do. I was anticipating it to push up and push up to the next area of liquidity, which is right here. And then we're currently at the sessions now. This is like where we were looking for that bounce that we talked about earlier, right, guys? We were looking for price to push up to the sessions and then possibly come back down from here. Yeah, Valentine says the Tradeify plays up a bit sometimes, but they said it does it because of IP address sometimes. Yeah, I think that might have been the thing because I'm currently not in the US and it needed me to verify. Yeah, CJ said I think you're getting that error because Tradeivate thinks you're logging into a new machine device. Yeah, I think that's the case too, CJ. It's working now for me though, so I think that's okay. Brock said didn't understand copier is local, not like cloud-based. Yeah, no, the copier that I'm using for Replicano, it's local. It's on my piece, it's on my laptop. So if my laptop is off, it won't work. Personally, I like it this way, but I've never had the issue where my computer had or my laptop had a crazy error like that. It's all good. I mean, gotta have a little heart attack here and there sometimes. Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna take my loss for the day. I mean, it wasn't a huge loss, it's just one loss for me. Actually, some of them, so it was a loss on like some accounts, but on other accounts, it looks like it wasn't so bad. Let me log into my Apex accounts over here, actually. Kind of want to take a look. Because half the accounts hit stop loss, half the accounts, or no, half the accounts were break even, and then half the accounts were hit profit. Hmm. Yeah, this is so weird. The numbers look different. That's so weird. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to take a look at this later. Because I'm looking at my Ninja Trader platform right now, and like I said, for some of the Apex accounts, it's where the gross loss is like super high, but then the actual P&L, the net P&L is like super low. And I think it was because of the yeah, I don't get it. I mean, it's fine. It's not going to be a big deal. I'll make it back on there. But yeah, for some reason. So like I'm looking at my Apex right now. One of my accounts says that I have like negative 6,000 on my gross realized, but then on the net realized, it's like it's at break, it's at like for one loss, like 1,000. Wow. Because usually the gross realized is going to be more than the net. I don't know. I'm not complaining though. I'll take the break even than like whatever is set on the gross. I don't know. So weird day for us here. All right, looking over here at the team profits. Ark over here made some profits for the day. Nice work, Ark. So Ark over here actually made some pretty good profit. Looks like he locked in his profits and he just wrapped it up for the day. He locked in 8,748 on his first account and then 64, 58, and 58 on this one. So nice work right there, Ark, locking in those profits. There's no entries here available right now. As you guys can see, price is kind of just going back and forth at the moment. It's just ranging right here between the sessions and the liquidity right there. Christian said, did you check the lot size it put? I mean, I don't think the lot size makes a difference. I don't have that same issue that you have, Christian. Like the lot sizes never change. It's just the thing that looks weird to me is that the gross realized. So it shows that I'm like at a negative 600 for gross, which I think is like, or not, negative 6,000. And that's what like kind of threw me off because if I'm at negative 6,000, then my trailing drawdown should be like really close to blowing the account, right? But I'm looking over here on my Tradeovate and the trailing drawdown it's pretty high. It's still at like 4,000. So, and then for my loss, it only shows 1,000 loss. So I don't know why the numbers look like that, but I mean, I'm not going to complain about it because it's in my favor. And that's what I was saying earlier, guys. Like that's kind of like what like if my thing like had the error and then it came like way down here, this it possibly would have blown my Apex accounts because I just got a payout. So my thing got reset. Like right now, let's see, I'm currently at 307,000. I guess I would have been okay because I still have that cushion there, but I don't know. So there's a sell signal right here, but there's no entry for an MPS V2. I don't think there's going to be one here either because price is pushing back up. I mean, it's basically what I'm saying, what I was saying earlier, guys. Price over here is ranging between the sessions and the liquidity right here. So it's just back and forth, back and forth. What you'd have to wait for here is basically a break below, continuation, or break above, and continuation of higher. Yeah, no, definitely, Valentine. Yeah, after last month, I took pretty much big payouts across all my accounts because I didn't want to, like for me, the thing that I recommend, guys, is when you guys get payouts, I do recommend taking payouts. I know a lot of people say to leave a cushion, but I would take, for the most part, as much payouts as you can because you can always do another eval. Like, just keep that in mind. For Apex, it's a little different. I'd probably leave a little bit of cushion because you have to do an eval for Apex. But for Tradeify, Perdia, and Take Profit Trader, I would take your payout, or I guess not Take Profit Trader, but for Tradeify and Perdia, I would take as many payouts as you can, like take the max. Because if you blow those accounts, you can always just start a new one, right? You want to basically, like, what you want to do and what you want to aim for is you want to get your money back, basically. Like whatever you paid for the Tradeify accounts, it's like $500 or whatever. You want to make your money back because once you get those payouts, then if you blow the account, then you just start another one because they're straight to funded. Yeah, Brock said, I'm not suggesting you change, but Sean, that copier has potential to erase one from the face of the market. Yeah, I know, but it's the only copier that's available for futures, where I can trade like multiple prop firms. Like Valentine, he likes to use the Tradeovate copier, but you can only do one prop firm at a time with that one. So right now I trade Apex, Tradeify, Perdia, and Take Profit Trader. You can't do that on Tradeovate. You can only trade one prop firm at a time. So yeah, unfortunately, that's like the only option that I have. Let's see. CJ said, do you think gross reflects the other loss as well, or is it just for that trade? The gross reflects both of them, CJ. Yeah. But that's where I'm confused because the gross, it should have like minimized, right? Because I had one that was like the first one was a loss, and then the second one was the second one was like like break even because I closed it out to when I had the issue with the accounts. I don't know. It's okay. I'll leave it as is. If there's anything that happens from there, I'll try to figure it out. But for the most part, there's what I'm mainly focused on is the net. I don't think the gross really matters because the net's going to show where your account's currently at. All right, so there's an MPSV2 that's still kind of running right here, guys, for the sell. Let's take a look at the confluences real quick. So it just closed right there, like literally on the dot. Let's look at the sell confluences. So looking over here at the market profile, I don't see any confluences here for a top rejection. I mean, it is pushing down a little bit, but I don't see any clean rejections right there. For the 30-minute time frame, there's a rejection off the value high right there. I don't see anything over here. No rejections off the 1 hour. Nothing on the volume profile. Nothing right here off the 42,300. And nothing here off the support resistance charts. Yeah, there's not really too much here to work with, so nothing to look at there right now. And it closed like right on the line, so I personally wouldn't recommend taking this one here. And also the candle's too big. This candle again is more than 30 points. Yeah, it's a 40-point candle. So I would stay away from this one here, of course. There isn't enough confluences, plus the candle like literally just closed right below it. And There's just not much here to work with, so I wouldn't take the sell there. Let's see, Barack said also for the MPSV2, I suggest we add criteria for non-liquidity confluence entries. One that says a TP must be within the recent structure. Yeah, we can take a look at that, Brock. I mean, that's something that we can maybe implement on there. Yeah, Brock said because the expected profit margin somewhat is what the spectrum of opportunity. Yeah, we can take a look at that, Brock. I mean, anything that's going to help with the confluences obviously would be beneficial. See, Ark said I went through so many emotions. I was mad at myself for not taking the first two. Then A plus setup lost and fought back to the death somehow. Yeah, nice work, Ark. So Ark basically mentioned that he was kind of going back and forth. So like earlier when I discussed about like whether you want to be an aggressive trader or a conservative trader, Ark is one of the aggressive traders. He takes pretty much every entry that comes up. So Ark took every entry that came up today. He basically took the 3 wins, took the loss here, and then he took I guess another trade. But that's how Ark locked in his profits over here. Because he kind of just took every single entry. It looks like that's how we got the break evens on these. But yeah, nice work, Ark. Catching those there. Yeah, Christian said all the big candles today are hitting stop loss. Yeah. I mean, it's a key thing to look out for, the big candles. The problem with these big candles, though, is that they come up when you don't really expect them to come up. Like, for example, this one over here, I wasn't expecting this to really come down and close below the momentum, but it came down at the very last second. Like, it came down and then it ended up flipping. Let's see, CJ said it looks like it's doing a head and shoulders formation. It always does towards the end of the live session. Yeah, it looks like a small head and shoulders, right? I think it's this tool right here. So we got the small shoulder there, bigger head. Whoops. Yeah. I mean, it could be a head and shoulder to either direction. So there could be a head and shoulder right here, or there could be a head and shoulder to the bottom side. Like a little deformed head and shoulder, right? I think this one makes more sense. Yeah, so the pattern right here that CJ mentioned is basically a small head and shoulder right here for the sell to set up. So if you look over here, price has been ranging between the sessions and liquidity price point for, I'd say about like maybe 20 minutes now. Not really too much right there to work with. Simple back and forth. Yeah, there's nothing going on here. Guys, if there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to put them in the chat. We have about 10 minutes till 8 o'clock. Not really expecting myself to see anything else come up here. There's an MPS V2 that actually just came up, but it's going to be right at the sessions. So we've talked about this before, guys. When price reaches the red flag right there, I'm for sure not going to be looking to take anything, or I won't really recommend you guys take it. And it's currently at the sessions right there. So if you guys want to take this, I mean, feel free to take at your own risk. I don't recommend it, obviously. It is right at the it's gonna have to, like, the sessions is the halfway mark, basically. So not the best area to take this entry. We'll follow it, but not in the position. Yeah, exactly. Brock said red flag. Volatility is kind of low too. As we get closer to 8 o'clock, you guys can see the volatility here starts to die down. Earlier, we were at like closer to 40 ATR. We're currently now at 27, so it's just dropping down a little bit. Price over here kind of pushing up for now. But I think here price is probably going to stay a little flat. Got price pushing up right there. Looks like it's about to hit CP. Yeah, see how price gets stuck right here at the sessions. This is why I don't like taking entries here. I do think this will probably hit, but see how price is having trouble getting past that purple line. This is the main reason why we avoid these red flags. Just trying to get past it. I think it will. It just needs a little push. So here's like a textbook example of like why I don't trade at the sessions, guys. See how it gets to the sessions and then it gets stuck right there? It happens a lot. If you look back over here, whenever price gets near it, same thing, right? Bounces off the sessions. It's about to hit TP, looks like. It's like just a few points away. Almost there. Almost there, but again, stuck at the sessions. I mean, in a situation like this, I would have gotten out early, maybe at 25, maybe even less, maybe even at 20. Yeah, Brock said I would have gone out at 20 points if I had taken that, to be honest. Yeah, same here because it's just stuck at the sessions. All right, there we go again, stuck at the sessions, and then price is kind of coming down. So again, I would recommend if you guys were to take this trade, I would have gotten out at 25 or I've gotten out at 20. I just wouldn't have taken, personally, I wouldn't have taken the trade. But you want to get out before price reaches the sessions right there. And the ATR is back at 25. So obviously you probably want to go for a smaller target. All right, we got about 6 minutes till 8 o'clock. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, we'll be wrapping this up pretty soon. I have to update my laptop. I think hopefully that will fix the issue, so I don't have the same problem tomorrow. Because like that literally gave me a heart attack when it shut down. I've never seen my laptop shut down like that before. Usually it'll give you like an error. It'll say like, there's an error or something and it'll close a program. But it like literally was just, it restarted on its own. It's another reason why I don't like PCs. I've never had that issue with my MacBook or my Macs or anything like that. I feel like fatal errors with the computer always happens with desktops. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Brock. Windows, yeah. It was on my Windows laptop. I only use that. So the thing with that laptop is that it shouldn't have any problems because I only run NinjaTrader on it. I don't run anything else on my laptop. It's just to execute my trades. So like there's no reason for it to have any issues. All right, the trade's still running, guys. Looks like it's gonna finally hit TP right here. There you go, full TP. If you guys took it right here, nice work. If you guys didn't, again, it's fine. Looking over here for the entries for today. So for the MPS V2, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entries come up. There was 1, 2, 3, 4 entries that hit, and then 2 entries that didn't hit. So overall for the day, the MPS V2 did hit pretty nice entries. There's just a couple of entries here that didn't play out so well, like this one over here. Reason for this one over here, or analysis that we looked at, this happened too close to news. It, got caught in the retracement. And then also this one over here, I had an issue with my laptop. My laptop had a fatal error, and then I had to close out of everything manually. So I typically would hold on to the position, but my copier was shut down, so I had to go and log into Tradeovate, the web platform, and then just manually remove all my positions. So this one was kind of mixed. Some of them I got out at break even, and some of them I actually hit TP, which I was surprised. So for today, I don't have, I have like basically half the loss because half of my accounts took this loss over here, and then half of my accounts took break even, and then half of them hit TP because I ended up having an issue with my copier. So stuff like that doesn't typically normally happen. This was the first time my laptop actually shut down on me like that. And I just had to react to it. I had to do what I needed to do to get out of the position because the copier wasn't working. So let's see. CJ said, "Hey Sean, did you get my screenshot regarding La Plano? Where did you send it, CJ? You sent it on Discord? I don't think I got anything on Discord unless you tagged me in it. Yeah, if you send it to me as a message or if you sent it in the chat, yeah, just send it to me again. Whether you want to send it as a message. If you're sending it to me as a message, make sure that you're sending it to me and not like the fake profile. Because I don't have anything here from you. You might have sent it to the scammer. He's definitely not going to help you if you ask him an actual trading related question. Yeah, if you want to send it in the chat, you can send it here and tag me, or you can send me a private message. But all right, guys, it's about to be 8 o'clock right now. If you guys have any questions, feel free to pop into the chat. If you want to send me that screenshot right now, CJ, I can answer your question and help you out with that real quick. Um, I always find it weird how like people leave and they rejoin. Some of these are, I'm assuming, are scam accounts, but yeah, if you want to send it over, CJ, I'll take a look at what you got. Shiv said VPS is probably a good shot for you, Sean, if you travel often. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that, Shiv. I mean, eventually, yeah, that might be the case. Use a VPS because nice, okay. Yeah, that's not bad. 30, $50 for per month. Yeah, because if I can run a VPS, I can maybe even trade or do everything on my Mac and then just have like extra screens for the VPS and stuff. Yeah, I'll look into it. Ideally, that's probably like gonna be the best option. All right, CJ. Yeah, if you want to send it over, I can help you right now. Otherwise, I can just I can respond to yours outside of this live session. Yeah, Shiv said you can connect via RDP on your Mac to the Windows VPS. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Probably work better that way, so I don't have to carry like, man, it's crazy because my backpack is heavier than my luggage because I have all these I have two laptops and then I have my screen and then all of my cords and stuff like that. So my backpack's heavier than my luggage because these laptops are so heavy. Nice. Yeah, no, definitely appreciate it, Shiv. I'll ask you if I have any questions. Yeah, Shiv said he works in IT for his full-time job. One less laptop to carry. Yeah, 100%. Brock said for him, he's got a MacBook. Used boot camp doesn't hold him back. Things smooth. Yeah, I tried to do that, but I didn't like the boot camp setup. But like you mentioned, Brock, I don't think it's like that bad. Are you using parallels, Brock, or are you just using boot camp by itself? Okay, so I think that's what I need to look into. Because I use parallels and I didn't like it. I think boot camp alone should be fine. Yeah, Valentine said he's using Windows app for MacBook. Forex VPS. All right, CJ, let's see. Yeah, so on this side over here, CJ, I mean, I thought you were gonna take a full screenshot, but right here, see where your little drop down arrow is? It should say method. For method there, you're gonna change it to pre-allocation, and then from there, you can this thing will change. There'll be a box that opens up right here, and it says pre-allocation. You can set your contract size. I know. Barack is like LOL, CJ. Yeah, because you need the option is like right here on the left side. So there's a drop down right here. It says instrument, which is obviously YM. Then you have your account, and then method is going to be right here. There should be another drop down, a third drop down. For that third drop down, click pre-allocation, and then there'll be a box that'll open up right here, and then you can put the pre-allocated lot size or contract size. Yeah, exactly. So just change it from exact quantity to pre-allocation, and then you can put the exact contract size that you want per account. Mike said, what is Bootcamp? Is it like Parallels? So it's similar to Parallels, but it loads up as an actual PC. So you know how Parallels, you have like two separate windows, Mike? When you have the other one, it just turns your Mac into a PC. So basically it'll start up as a Windows computer. Yeah. I'll look into it. I mean, right now I'm kind of cool with like what I got going on, but in the future, if I want to change it up, then I'll change it up. But all right, guys, it's 8:03 right now. We're done for the session. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Discord. Looking back at our entries for today, we had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entries that came up. 4 of the MPS V2s hit TP, 2 of them hit stop loss. So overall, it was, I guess you would say, a good day, depending on which ones you decided to take. If you took the ones with me, probably had a small loss for the day or a loss in general because I took this one here. This was like the main one that I took. I mean, this one over here, I don't think many people took with us because we're on that one loss per day type trading plan. So if you took the loss for the day, it's fine. One loss right here. And then this one over here, I just took it because I'm only trading on my prop accounts, not on the hedge accounts or my personal. So I could kind of take a little more risk. But yeah, for the most part, overall here, trades were decent, just one loss. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Discord. We'll be back here, same place, same time tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little better. I think it will be. It's just, it's just the market that we're currently in right now for the day. And obviously the technical issues that I didn't really have control of, but it's all good. So, all right, guys, that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, Discord. Otherwise, see you guys back here tomorrow for the next live.